Well, bet you're all a tad curious. Yeah, you're probably thinking, what is this? What is this? Why is this video so long? What's going on? Noxy, girl, what's happening? Well, I thought let's try something new, so I keep getting Reddit videos on my feed, so at this point I'm like, I might as well just do one. I might as well just do a quick one, see what happens. Don't give me that look. You wouldn't have clicked on it if you weren't interested. But yeah, this is probably going to be really awkward because I'm doing this in VR, but we'll see what happens. Whapa. If I stand roughly over here, that I can still. So we're doing. Am I the butter? Am I the A? Am I the ah? Am I the aha? Ahaha? Ah 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 ah. So let's see. Oh, this is gonna be difficult to read already. Am I the aha for refusing to do a family gender reveal because my mom turned my last one into a circus? I mean, circuses are fun. Why say no to that? I, 27F, am pregnant with my second child. Oh, congratulations! When I was pregnant with my first, my mum begged me to let her throw a gender reveal. I agreed under the condition that it'd be small, just immediate family, backyard vibes. Fair enough, it's small indeed. Instead, she turned it into an event with over 40 people. How small would you consider it then if immediate family? I suppose only like 10 odd. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that's like 4 times the amount you'd probably expect. Some I didn't even know. Okay, yeah, at that point it's already a no. I had a photographer. Again, I'm iffy on that one. I'm like, that's probably a bit too far, but I probably, I would understand. Again, it is a moment. Had pink and blue smoke cannons. Okay, that's maybe a bit too far. That's maybe a bit too far. And made herself the center of attention by pretending she accidentally spoiled the gender. She didn't, it was staged for photos. Okay, yeah, this was about her. This was about her. This event was about her, not about you slash your kid. Or, yeah. It was stressful and honestly humiliating. Yeah, overblown. Yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah, I don't blame you for being like, you know what, I don't want to do another one. That was too much. I just, yeah. Now that I'm pregnant again, I've told everybody, including her, that we're not doing a reveal. The quiet announcement later on, my mum lost it. She said I was depriving my family. She accused me of punishing her for being excited. She even told my husband that I was cruel and hormonal. She's now posting vague things online like some people don't want their babies loved. How? Because you don't want to announce? Yeah. I want to slap this woman. Not literally, of course. I'm standing my ground, but now other relatives are pressuring me to, saying I should just be the bigger person. No, it's not being the bigger person to just accept someone's itching, is it? Why the beholder refusing to let my mom throw another gender reveal party? Nope. Easy nope. No, you're not. Hang on, what does this come and say? My mom? Oh, mom, no one is saying you can't have a party for yourself since that's what you want. I just won't be there. Yeah, exactly. This was about her, not about you, not about the kid. And it's supposed to be about the kid, you're supposed to go, yay. Gender reveal parties aren't a thing over here, so this is very like, you got to celebrate everything in the land of the free. Da 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 da. Yeah. No, no, you're fine. Yeah. Yeah. She wants to do it about her because that makes me wonder what was she like? Maybe. Was it a thing when she was, having you, OP? Was it a thing? Was it a thing? Maybe that's why she wants to do one so badly. They just weren't a thing. So now she's like, we should. We should. Yeah, nah, yeah, she's, this is about her. That's all she wants. She wants it to be about her. She wants the attention. She wants, I'm gonna be a grandmother. Push to gender reveal Facebook, the post online just hours before the party and comment we're not celebrating the party. Yeah, that would really sting because everybody would see it. Or that would just be, icing on the cake. Just not the a-hole. You don't want the party, then do a gender reveal over Facebook and enjoy your pregnancy. Congratulations to the second one. Yeah, that. Just nah. You're not the aha. I don't understand as European the concept of a gender reveal party. Yeah, I'm kind of the same. You're not the a-hole. Your mom has serious issue. Yeah, Americans hate them too. Oh yeah. They're especially becoming an outdated concept with the fact that gender's being a bit, the concept of one or the other is very much being accepted as not actually the case. Just renounce it on Facebook or whatever and just be like, no, we're not doing one, and just tell the family, no, I'm not doing one, I don't want one, because she's only doing it because she wants to be the center of attention. Yeah, not the a-hole. Right, give us a new one. Oh, look, there's an update one. I don't think I should read that one because that one's gonna be refusing. This was gonna be interesting to see. Me, 16 male, already there. Oh, ooh, this is getting ooh. Sister, 15F. Oh, lost on. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Wait, 7 years ago. Wow, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And 3 years ago, our dad got married again. My dad married Kerry. Kerry? Kerry? What a name, Kerry. That's not heard that one before. Kerry. Kerry has 3 kids, 10 male, 8 female, and 4 male, okay? Kerry's older 2 kids' dad is in prison, yikes, and her youngest's dad didn't want to know. Yeah, that's a bit close there. The youngest considers her dad his dad, since he basically knows him his whole life. Yeah, at that point he basically just is. You know, what's the phrase? Oh, you're not the stepdad, you're the dad that stepped up, or whatever. Me and my sister weren't happy when dad told us he wanted to marry Kerry. We didn't act out, but we were sad. I withdrew a bit, so my dad decided we needed family therapy with him and Kerry and her older 2 kids before they got married. Lots of stuff was talked about, and the therapist asked us each to come up with about 3 to 5 rules or boundaries that we wanted to insist on for us to make things work. Already I'm like, okay, I'm slightly worried about this. You know, I get why they'd be a bit cautious. You know, the OP being only like 15, 16 would be like, we're not happy about this because you were young when you lost your mother as well, and now you're in a yeah. I don't blame them. I don't blame them. They're being a bit cautious because already when they're not happy about it, it sounds like they don't really like the woman. It sounds like they're not keen on the woman. It sounds like they're and it sounds like there's a reason. Mine were, one, I didn't want to share a bedroom with the boys. Fair enough. You know, again, you're 15, you need your privacy. But yeah, you need it for like homework and stuff, 2, I wanted to be able to talk about mom still, spend Mother's Day with my mother's. I don't know if I want to keep reading this one. This one sounds too sad. Spend Mother's Day with my mom's side of the family. Yep. And have photos of mom at home still. Yep, that's fair enough. Yep. Don't see anything wrong with that. Just keep them. I would say probably not I wouldn't say a compromise, but I imagine all of these aren't going to be implemented, or at the very least, there's going to be some like specifics. I'd probably say you get your own room, or you and your sister share a room. Maybe you and your sister share a room, and you keep the photos in there, just so they're not all around the house, making everyone else feel a bit. I would probably that's probably what I would do if I was to be a mediator compromise just in that situation. Number 3, dad still makes time for just me and him. He should. And I can have time with just my sister too. Yep. Nothing wrong with that, fair enough. That's good. I'll treat Kerry like an aunt or something, but she won't be my mom or my parent, and her kids will be my step-siblings. But I'll just say step and not just siblings. Yep, that's that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I agree with that one. Rule 4 was talked about the most. I was asked how that should look and I said dad should still do stuff for me like he did after mom died, and Kerry didn't want to take it all over. Kerry said she agreed, and if she wasn't going to be treated like a parent, then she would rather be more of an aunt figure. Yeah, no, she seems happy. She seems okay with that arrangement. She seems okay. She's like, well, if you're not going to treat me like a mom, at least treat me like an aunt. But, they've said they will. That's fair enough. That's good. Nothing wrong there. Dad said that was good with him. Cool, yeah, no problems. My dad and Kerry got married after we had 5 months of therapy, and things were going fine. We had some boundary/rule issues. Kerry's oldest wanted to share a room with me a few times instead of his younger brother and my dad. Instead of his younger brother, comma, I know commas don't go there, but shh, I put them in there just so it's easier to read for my own sake. And my dad and Kerry tried to push that a little more, but it worked out. Yeah, that's already slightly concerning. I wonder what the room arrangement is. My sister had the same rule, but for Kerry's daughter, and again, Dad and Kerry tried to push, but they backed down on that one too. Okay, they're pushing, but they're probably just because they don't want to get the nagging of the little ones, because the little ones are, I'd probably remind them that look, they need, these are rules, not suggestions. They are firm. They are firm. None of that. There was a Mother's Day issue last year too, but nothing super awful. Kerry's family was having a huge party, and Dad and Kerry wanted us to go, but we wanted to be on our mom's side. Okay. That feels like an extended family. It feels like it starts at the very top of the extended family. Like, oh, you've got to bring everyone. You got to bring everyone. Oh, we're having a really big party. You got to bring everyone. Bring everyone. And then like, oh, we'll see. We'll try. Just like, hey, you want to come? It's gonna be a big party. What, just one. Like, absolutely not. We don't want to. Again, it feels like I wouldn't say anyone's being in an aha. Just being a bit understanding, well, not understanding, more just like They're not so far, it doesn't sound like they're pushing the boundaries to be AHAs, or just because they're AHAs, but more just because they feel the pressure from other people, and they're like, "Oh, just be easier, just a little," you know? But, again, I'm not again, so far, so a month ago, my dad told me and my sister we were going back to therapy for a bit, and he didn't say why. Okay, coming out okay, that doesn't just come out of nowhere. I'm guessing he wants the boundaries revised. This is already where things are starting to get a bit worrying. Our first appointment back was 2 weeks ago, and my dad and Kerry said they wanted to change some of the rules/boundaries. Kerry doesn't like not being a parent to me and my sister. She said she has really come to love us and that we get along well enough, and she thinks it would be good for everyone if we call her and dad our parents, and if she could be given the chance prove herself to be a good third parent to us. My dad said he wanted that for us too, if we don't feel like a traditional family. Okay, this is where I'm starting to go against the parents. Don't force it. Don't force it. This isn't like, oh, one parent was really evil. This is one parent died. This is one parent died and they were young. That is not something you just take away. That is not something that is not something you can just fix. That is not something you can just no. No, I'm already not happy with this one. The therapist asked them questions on their feelings and they answered. Then she asked me how I felt. I told her/them I didn't want to change that. I said I don't want Kerry to be my third parent and I like things how they are. My sister said she felt the same, but she wanted to add a rule about her not being assigned a homework helper just because she's got great grades and finds school and learning easy. Okay. Okay. That's a parent thing to do. Always assign the sibling that knows more to help the siblings who are not. That's not exclusive of the. Yeah, it's just a bit more in this situation. It was talked about last week and again yesterday. My dad and Carrie are mad that I won't change the rule/boundary and that I'm refusing to see their side. OP hasn't said they haven't seen their side of it. It's more just they just don't like. You are NTA. Okay, I thought it was like you are ass. I was like, oh wait, what? No, they're not. Yeah, they are not the AHA. Your feelings are valid. Your stepmom and dad should respect. If they don't, they should not have agreed to therapy if they did not want to work on the issues and keep boundaries. They were hoping it would work in their favor. I think they wanted Barry thinking it would maybe change the rule. Yeah, exactly. If boundaries only count until someone's feelings are hurt, then there were never boundaries to begin with. Yeah. Harry and her dad can get over it. They are adults that agreed to preset boundaries. They can just wait and hope one day you change your mind. Yeah. Your demands aren't unreasonable. The demands aren't unreasonable. They're, I'm pretty sure most people in your position would have the same. Yeah, your dad and Carrie are trying to pressure you and are angry that you won't cave. The way you've described it, they're trying to push all your boundaries, not just this one. Yeah, they're nudging against them a bit more. Minimize that one. Oh look, new board games. Is your dad offloading a lot of parenting responsibilities onto Carrie, enough that she might feel like she has all the tasks and responsibilities of parenthood without the love, bond, or respect? That's one thing. The whole homework thing. What else aren't we seeing with the homework? That's the thing. What don't we know? Because if you still think your dad is your only living parent and he's delegating parenting to his wife, well, that might be something to discuss in family therapy. Yeah, I think this whole family therapy, they need some individual therapy outside of that. I don't know how family therapy works, but that's worth doing. But yeah, I agree. Not the AHA. Not the AHA. Okay, this one's short. This one's short, and I've just skimmed the update down there, but yeah, this is okay. So, am I the AHA for telling my husband if he forces his daughter to go to school with poor hygiene, your daughter, but yeah, our daughter, not his specifically, with poor hygiene as punishment, I will divorce it. That's a bit much. You don't punish someone with poor hygiene. Why are they punishing them? That's what I want to know. Does it say? Come on, you use the arrow key and don't just post a big fuck off paragraph. Post. Yeah, it's not that big. It's only like 8-9 lines, but it's one big chunk. You can see it there. You can see it there. So 41 female, have a daughter. 10F. Blimey, you had that kid. Well, about the age I'm probably going to end up having kids if I ever have kids. I probably never will though. From a previous relationship. Oh, there you go. And my husband, 35 male, has a daughter. 13F. Oh, okay, that's why. Okay, I take back earlier. It was like, your daughter, lady. No, yeah. From a previous relationship, my stepdaughter has been the near perfect child for a long time. She hasn't ever needed to be punished since I've been with her father, until recently. Slightly worrying. She had a problem with another girl, 13F at school. The other girl made fun of my stepdaughter's lesbian mom, and my stepdaughter made fun of the other girl's poor mom. The parents of the other girl grounded her for 3 weeks. My husband wanted his daughter's punishment to match the crime. Since his daughter made fun of the other girl's financial situation, my husband wants his daughter to feel like how it is to be extremely poor. The other family isn't extremely poor, by the way. His plan for his daughter is to go to school with poor hygiene for 3 days. No shower, no deodorant, no brushing teeth, and reused clothes. I told him if he goes through with this plan, I will divorce him. That's a bit of a jump. I will say saying, you do that, I'm gonna divorce you. Maybe. I don't know. That's a bit much. That feels like a leap, personally. I don't want to say everyone sucks here. I get what his intentions are, but he's doing it the wrong way. I would not do that, personally. I can see why, because that's probably the most immediate and obvious effect. Like, you're gonna feel that a lot more than you're just gonna feel like not having a phone. Like, I would just ground her. I'd just take her phone, presuming she has a phone at this stage. I would just ground her. I wouldn't be like that. I wouldn't be like that. Worse, if she has, like, special stuff that's not for medical reasons, I would take those, like, special, like, shampoos or whatever, I would take those away and just say you use them the same ones everyone else do. Unless it's for medical reasons, to which case keep them, obviously. But, I wouldn't do that. Personally, I wouldn't do that. I think OP's being a bit much here. We're just like, oh, I'll divorce you. I will say, though, if that's what he's willing to do to punish his daughter, what would he do to punish his stepdaughter? I think OP is kind of an aha, because that's a bit of a jump. Just, I'll divorce you if you do that. Why not just say, no, we need to talk about this. Really don't do that. Like, I would just say, I'm not gonna follow that punishment. Or I would just say, you do that and I'm buying her new clothes after this. Like, I'm buying her brand new clothes after this or something. Like, and some new shampoos or something. Like, I don't know, I don't know, divorce, that's a jump. Also, what do you mean by punishment? Because the way it's worded, it sounds like the other girl, the one who's grounded, the one who is the one that started it. She was only retaliating. You're punishing someone for defending themselves. I don't know, there's really not a lot here. Like, at worst, I would say everyone. Yeah, no, I don't. It says advice needed. It doesn't say. Okay, but the update says my daughter is safe. My stepdaughter is safe. My daughter is safe. I'm safe, and I will divorce my husband. I don't think I should share too much. Poor people do wash. People who live in shelters shower. People who live in cars shower at the gym. Not sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes. Sometimes it's a struggle, but they do try. They do try. It may just be like, oh, I'm gonna shower every other day, or every other day, or really make the shampoo bottle last by filling it with water, or yeah, I feel like yeah, my mother grew up super poor. Her mother raised her saying, no matter how poor you are, soap is cheap. That's true, soap is pretty cheap. Humiliation is not punishment, it's cruelty. Thank you for defending your stepsister from that, Ioana. Like, yeah, I'd say, yeah, I agree that it's not that. I hear ice cream. I want ice cream. Humiliation is not punishment, it's cruelty. Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's gonna quite do the thing that that the stepdad is hoping. You're not the asshole for not agreeing with that, but I think you're the asshole for going divorce. Your husband is way off base, offensively so. Poor does not equal poor hygiene. He should really explore his own internal bias, regardless of the a-hole. Humiliation is never a developmental appropriate. Yeah, we're feeling that poor people have poor hygiene. I don't want to sound like an asshole when I say this. It's like, it depends. It may vary. It'll depend, it'll vary. Sometimes, the hygiene's not going to be like, squeaky clean, but sometimes, because, well, it's not that I've been poor, but I've been in a situation where there wasn't that oversight. So I certainly, no, I've not been poor in that sense, but, I've worn the same clothes, like, all week. I've done that before. I've done that before because I had to. I've struggled and barely showered sometimes, that it's not necessarily because you're poor, but, sometimes money is a reason. Money is a reason why, like, I don't shower every day, partially because I got in the whole rising costs with water and stuff over here, like, a couple of years ago. Like, don't need to shower every day to try and cut back. I don't agree with the flat consensus that OP is not the a-hole. Yes, they're not the aha for being like, no. I don't agree with that, but I think leaping to divorce is a bit much. It really feels like there's no information here. I don't agree. You're not the AITHA for defending her. You're kind of an AITHA for wanting to divorce just like that. And I feel like the husband is the AITHA. He's kind of an AITHA because he's like he's got the wrong idea. And again, I feel like you're punishing. And at the same time, does the girl need punishing? That's the thing. Does she need punishing? Does she even need it? Does she even need it? I don't know if she does. It doesn't sound like she actually does. Your husband is stereotyping poor people as smelly. Correct. I'm joking, no. I grew up poor, yet we still managed to take showers and brush our teeth. I know, so crazy. Your husband sounds like a judgmental twat who doesn't even know what being poor is. Yeah, far less than I growing up. Yeah, I don't agree with the general consensus completely. I feel like everyone's just latched onto the idea that, oh, does poor equal smelly and unwashed? No. I feel, we'll do one more. We'll do this one sounds like it's gonna be a bit interesting. Okay, so am I the AITHA for refusing to help my wife? Have disciplinary action taken against a boy who kissed my daughter at camp? What's this one marked as? I don't think it says. I just see the first comment. Oh, I see the first comment. Oh, let's have a read of this. Yesterday, my wife and I picked up our 11-year-old daughter from day camp, and she was crying and visibly shaken. We asked her what happened, and she told us that the boy at our camp kissed her. Okay, not off to a good start. At first, I was furious, thinking it was an inappropriate and unprovoked situation. After we calmed down and asked more questions, we got the full story. Okay, so far, okay, good. That's a good step. That's a good step for the parents. You know, you obviously have your grr, but you don't take any action until you, and then, okay, get the whole story. Apparently, while they were waiting to be picked up, she and this boy were joking around, playfully teasing and name-calling like kids do. At one point, the boy said something like, "Stop playing before I kiss you," and my daughter replied, "Do it." He kissed her, and she immediately got upset and started crying. Okay. 11, though. Oh, blimey, kids are growing up fast. Oh, blimey, they are growing up fast. Oh, I don't know, is that dialogue we'd think kids would have? I don't know. I don't know anymore. I don't know anymore. I don't know anymore. Ugh, probably at this rate. She said she didn't think he'd actually follow through and felt uncomfortable afterwards. My wife was extremely upset and immediately began preparing to meet with the camp director and the boy's parents to discuss consequences for him. She described the boy's actions as intentional and inappropriate. I mean, yes, but I don't quite know what how far you want to tell. I would just probably. This is tricky. This one's tricky. Let me keep reading. I refuse to go along with that approach. I explained that both kids were involved in the interaction and neither showed a clear understanding of boundaries. They're 11. That doesn't excuse it. Good, it doesn't excuse it. Indeed, it does not. But it changes how it should be addressed. Instead of escalating the situation, I chose to speak with our daughter privately. We talked about consent, boundaries, even joking around can lead to real moments. That's fair enough. She'd say, "Oh, I'll do it," like in a joking way, which is, I would say you need to sit down with the boy as well. You need to talk to the parents and just say, "Hey, this happened. Our daughter's really upset. Could you just like sit down with just say to the kid, hey, I feel like, I think escalating and getting the camp involved feels only like if you need to reach out to the parents. Or if the parents are like, getting meh, 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 back at you and lead to moments that felt upsetting. You felt heard and supported, and I reassured her that her emotions valid. Yeah, good. Good, you're telling her, okay, yeah, you are upset, you're right to be upset, you just got to understand, you did kind of invite it, but, you've got to understand, it's joking around, you got to be careful, consent, boundaries, communication, all that, and, you are 11 at the end of the day, okay, I think I agree with OP, I feel like a bit of a bridge between what OP and the wife want to do, just reach out to the parents and say, hey, do you mind just having a talk with your kid about this. I also directed my concern toward the camp. Oh yeah, you still notify the camp. 2 11-year-olds should not have been left unsupervised. Oh wait, fuck, yeah, I didn't even notice that. Yeah, no, yeah, that. Or what if you hadn't have been the parents? If you had been, let's say, oh, what have they been kidnapped? There's a reason they're supposed to be supervised by law. Okay, yeah. Yeah, no, I'm on OP's side here. I think, I would just say, we need to reach out to the parents and just say, hey, can you have a conversation about communication and consent and boundaries? And then say to the camp, what the fuck were they doing unattended? Because the parents both got there and saw during pickup time long enough for this to happen. I've decided to bring this up with the camp staff directly and press them to improve the supervision protocols. Yeah, not fair enough. Maybe it was just an accident, oversight. But my wife accused me of downplaying the situation and failing to stand up for a daughter. He's not. Well, he kind of is, but not in the way you seem to think. But I don't believe it helps anyone to confront another set of parents over a situation involved two kids testing boundaries in an unmonitored space. I took deliberate action to handle things calmly and through education rather than escalation. Yeah, I agree with OP. I just do want to add that OP should contact the parents or just say to them, hey, although to be fair, if you're going to be talking about to the camp staff anyway, I'd probably say, look, also, can we talk to the parents and just say, hey, please speak to kid about this? This whole thing is fucking ridiculous. Welcome to parenting. Welcome to parenting. But what do you mean? Actually, no, I disagree with that, because this is a very real lesson the kids need to learn. It's a very real lesson the kids do need to learn. No, it's not. It may read ridiculous, but it's a very real thing. Modern parenting is posted on Reddit. Yeah. Please, everyone calm down a bit. Two 11-year-olds shouldn't have been left alone long enough for this to happen. Get real. What? They're 11. I get 11-year-olds aren't about to start wandering into the streets, but they're 11, I don't like this. The difference is, I've just read the one underneath though. I had to walk home at 11, so that part confused me. The first week of bringing me to middle school to show me where the kids, show me where school was, and then start walking home. Yeah, but you are on the camp. You should still be attended. They are the kids' responsibility. They are the camp's responsibility. There are laws for this reason. They are the camp's responsibility. Sure, they were only attacked. Sure, they only, had but what if it had been worse? They're there to be picked up, someone could show up and just, is a kid gonna believe someone when they say, I'm your long lost uncle? And if the parents were able to just drive up and get them, anyone could have just driven up and reached out and snatched them. Yeah, that can happen on the streets, but when you're walking home, but I feel like, you're probably gonna be walking home with other kids, and just from the sounds of it, I don't know, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like everyone's here kind of missing the point of what OP is trying to get out here. They're unsupervised when they're supposed to be the camp's responsibility. I'm glad I'm not a kid today. Where was it outrageous to be the two 11-year-olds to be unmonitored? Good lord, we all walked to elementary school, walked home during a 90-minute lunch, walked back, and then walked home. Fucking hell, 90-minute lunch, fucking hell. On the weekends, we played outside pretty much all day. Within the suburb where all the parents were, correct? And or whatever, is not a police state for children. It's not advocating for that. He's not advocating for that. He's just saying they were at camp in a place. I don't know. Everyone here is being very black and white about this. I feel like a lot of these comments are people who haven't worked with kids, who don't understand these laws exist specifically for a reason, and there are laws. In my opinion, you handled it exactly as you should have. Your wife's scorched earth approach, on the other hand, is pretty over the top. I wouldn't say I disagree with the wife. I just feel like, I don't know. I do disagree with her, but I feel like she kind of has the right idea. Just like, she's not entirely wrong. I just don't agree with her. I just think she is going a bit too far. It may not be a bad idea. Yeah, exactly. Boys 11. People need to stop adultifying children. Where? People have been infantilizing adults and adultifying children all while hovering. Does it two kids seem to need 24/7 supervision? Everyone. I feel so bad. Oh, shut up. People 11-year-olds should not have been left unsupervised during pickup long enough for this to happen. Clearly, you've never been to any camp ever. And clearly neither of you. If two kids get hurt, whilst they're supposed to be camp's responsibility and no adult was present, who do you think's gonna get the fucking guillotine? Because it's not gonna be the kids, I'll tell you that much. Do it, does it? That wasn't supposed to happen. Yeah. Kids being kids. It's kids being kids. Oh dear, she wasn't hurt. You explained everything to the T. She learned the hard way that she needs to say what she means and mean what she says. Great job. Yeah, you are teaching the right lessons. I don't believe your wife is doing this intentionally, but giving consent and then retracting it and applying punishment as regret. That shouldn't be. Yeah, that as well. That shouldn't be taught. You don't take consent away after the thing has happened. On the hill, you did stand up for your daughter. You have a very valuable life lesson about consent and consequences for those. Do it was giving him consent. Your wife is blaming the boy. Yep. Tell someone else how to raise their kids. Oh my god, that an overreaction by all parties. Wow, how is OP overreacting? I get they may be a bit like, oh, why was the camp not supervising them? But yeah, the camp probably should have been supervising them because they legally have to. Oh my god, if the parents are, fuck all of this, fuck all of it, fuck it, Reddit, no, it's Reddit, fuck Reddit, no, you're all a bunch of tits. None of you have any real life experience, and those of you who do are oh, kids these days. Oh, fuck off. Fuck off. There's me trying to censor the word asshole, and then I'm going, oh, fuck off, right? Maybe not the a-hole, right? Yeah, done everything basically right. All I think I would suggest is just reach out to the parents and just say, hey, obviously, let the camp know and say, hey, if you're, you probably should have some supervision down during pickup because, obviously, the wife needs to understand that OP. It's not that OP isn't standing up for the daughter. It's that he's not trying to set the world on fire. And the wife is unintentionally, as that one comment said, teaching the wrong lessons about how consent works. So yeah, I kind of enjoyed this. We did a couple of those. I kind of enjoyed that. They're not that bad, Had some fun. Hope you enjoyed it as well. We'll see how this goes. This is gonna be awkward to edit because this is like 40 fucking minutes. This is 40 minutes long. I thought this was only gonna be 10. I ramble too much. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. We'll see how this goes. We'll see how this goes. So yeah. Spicy pies. That's hot. Spicy pies. That's hot.